So next time you're in a job interview and you get to the end of it and the interviewer asks you if you have any questions about him or her, about the company, here's what you should probably think about asking. What are your company's politics? Now, that might sound like an odd question and maybe not the sort of impression you want to make at a job interview, but it could save you a lot of problems farther down the road. That's because according to a group of commissioners in the Federal Election Commission, corporations, your employer, can force you to campaign for certain politicians, whether you like it or not. They can even fire you if you choose not to. In other words, a corporation can force you to spend your day phone banking for, say, Missouri Senate candidate Todd Akin, or canvassing around the neighborhood for, I don't know, Michelle Bachmann, or standing on the side of the street with a sign telling people to vote for David Duke. Now, I know this sounds crazy. Don't we as employees have a right to be free from coercion in the workplace, especially when that coercion pertains to our personally held political beliefs? You'd think so, but not anymore in this post-Citizens United world. Now the rights of corporations, like the right to use their employees as cogs in their corporate political speech machine, trump your rights as an individual in the workplace. A corporation's right to free speech has become more important than your right to free speech. According to FEC regulations and laws under the Federal Election Campaign Act of 1971, it is illegal for a corporation to force an employee to donate money or fundraise on behalf of a political candidate. But when a case came before the FEC recently of a union corporation forcing its employees to engage in other political activity that didn't involve donations or raising money, but instead phone banking and canvassing, the FEC ruled A-OK. At least 3 Republican commissioners on the FEC ruled that it was legal. The 3 Republican statements said, the independent use of its paid workforce to campaign for a federal candidate post-Citizens United was not contemplated by and consequently is not prohibited by either the Act or Commission regulations. In other words, since Congress hasn't passed any laws addressing this particular issue, corporations can force employees to work on political campaigns for whomever the corporation decides. And if you don't like it, you're fired. Meanwhile, 3 Democratic members on the FEC on the commission pointed out the absurdity of this decision. In a separate statement, they wrote, after Citizens United, UPW had every right to expressly advocate for its chosen political candidate. Nothing in Citizens United suggests, however, that the court intended to expand the rights of corporations and unions at the expense of their employees' long-standing rights to be free from coercion and to express or decline to express their own political views. Yet, that's exactly the decision we're headed into now. It's been more than 2.5 years since the Supreme Court's Citizens United decision handed our elections off to elite corporate and billionaire donors. And to this day, we're still hearing of even more disastrous consequences from this insane Supreme Court decision. From the rise of super PACs to dark money groups to the exponential increase in negative ads to the emergence of political oligarchs like Shelley Adelson and Foster Friess and, of course, the Koch brothers, Citizens United is turning our democracy into an oligarchy. And now this. Now we have this ruling by 3 Republican FEC commissioners that corporations have more rights than you do as an actual human person, and that corporations can coerce you under the threat of losing your job to campaign for Mitt Romney or whoever the CEO likes the most. To hell with your concerns or your politics. If you don't think we're living in a corporatocracy, folks, then your eyes just are not open. This latest decision should be a warning sign to us all. If we don't mobilize and get active to snatch our democracy back from the hands of the corporate elite, then we're all doomed. It's time to overturn Citizens United and then go a step further and make sure corporations don't hijack our political institutions again by saying once and for all, corporations are not people and money is property, not speech. And it's going to take a constitutional amendment to make this happen, so get to work and go to movetoamend.org. That's the big picture for tonight. Don't forget, democracy begins with you. Get out there, get active, tag, you're it.